Hello, everybody.
Hello.
How are you all?
Good.
Good. I know some of you. I think I know all of you. Welcome. Thanks for coming. We're going to show you, this is going to be obviously interactive. We have half an hour to show you where we are with Lehman 360. Lehman 360 is our portal for students. It's really a platform that we are using to exchange information in a holistic way for our faculty, students, and staff. And so we have a great team. Lehman 360 was developed with the input of our community. It is something that will grow and evolve over time, and something that we're actually very proud of. It had 145,000 users during the course of 2018, and we've introduced some new, at the request of faculty, staff, and students. We've been constantly introducing new features, and that's what we want to demo for you today in the next half an hour. So I want to introduce our team, and then ask them to introduce themselves. Ready?
So I'm Eddie Ruiz, Assistant Vice President for Information Technology here at Lehman.
Good morning, everyone. Data Pareda, Director for Application Services.
Elkin Uria, Senior Application Developer.
So why don't we go back to the first slide, if
Sure.
you don't mind. The idea behind Lehman 360 is that how does this fit into our ecosystem, into our strategic vision, so that Lehman 360 fulfills the vision that we have for enhancing educational attainment, retention, graduation rates, supports those things, and combines our approach towards high tech and high touch environments for our students. How can we facilitate to make sure that everything is all in one place, easy to access, and serves as a differentiator for Lehman College in terms of creating greater convenience, because we all have so many passwords, we have so many systems, and so how do we bring these together in meaningful ways? So that's really what the first slide speaks to, and I'll ask Eddie to speak to the second slide, and I'm going to sit down. Right? Thank you.
So when we were looking at building the Lehman 360 platform, we were taking into consideration what we were hearing and the feedback from our students, faculty, and staff. And one of the feedback we received was that our faculty had a system fatigue. We have many different systems, as you know. We have CUNY First, we have different analytics in our data modeling. We have our own local systems, and there are different touch points that have to do with the work that faculty have to do, what students need to access. So we came up with this idea that Lehman 360 was not intended to replace the systems that we have, best of breed, but rather to put it all together in a relationship hub. And so this is the concept and the promise of Lehman 360 is that we will always look to integrate through new technology like programs that have systems talk to each other. And so every time that we're designing a new system and you will see it in action, we are always keeping in mind our guiding principle of design, which is are we integrating systems that already exist? How do we make it easier for our faculty, for our students, for our staff to work with these systems? Because at the end of the day, you go, if you're a faculty member, you go to CUNY First to submit grades, perhaps a travel expense reimbursement. How do we integrate all those systems all together in one? And I promise you will be seeing that very soon in the demo.
Thank you, VP and AVP. So, do you want to see the real product now? Yes? Yes, okay. So, I'm going to log into Lehman 360. And just to give you something that I never done before, I'm going to log in first as a faculty member. So you can see everything faculty in one single place. Okay, this is my Lehman credentials. Only one set of credentials for everything I need at Lehman. When I log in as a faculty, okay, This is our test environment, so just give it a few moments. Sure,
Is this system part of the Lehman mobile app?
it is.
Okay.
It is part of the Lehman mobile app. Great question.
And it is fully mobilized so that whatever device you're using, it will render properly on the screen. And, I just wanted to add, if I may, as
Sure.
you see this, think about the fact that this was built by our in-house team because this doesn't really exist in the marketplace. So that's part of the reason that this was built in-house. And that fact enables us to be more flexible so we can add features, change things as we get feedback. And we rely on the community for feedback.
Thank you. So this is my profile as a faculty member. I see my title, I see my picture ID, and this is coming from the Lehman Public Safety ID system directly. If I do not like my picture, I have the option to change it to something else or just opt out and not present any picture. This is my email. When I click, I get my Lehman email on the web. And I get to see a copy of my physical Lehman ID card. One with the employee ID for those buildings that require the employee ID to scan in. And the second one with the library ID for the library. Right here. And I get my picture over there, which, yes.
When you change the picture on
Right.
the site, is there a criteria on what kind of picture?
The
Any kind of pose?
So the picture that you upload there, it's free. You select, like I had my pet before there, so it's up to you. We just ask that you upload appropriate pictures. There is a disclaimer.
And it's seen by the person.
Yeah,
Only-
and
only
it's,
by you.
But the picture that will appear in your ID is the one that public safety has on records.
right.
You are not going to change that one.
Yeah, that one we cannot change that one. So most important module here in the screen is this one here. This is a compilation of everything that I need to do. The automated ones coming from CUNY First and also tasks assigned by the department chairs and deans. So here I have reminders that I haven't submitted my final grades yet. Commencement of attendance, textbook compliance. You want to move to the next one? And a few others coming from CUNY First and locally, the faculty workload, submission. What else do you have there? Final grades again per course. If
And
you
the
click
ones
on
created by the
and the ones created by the deans of the department chairs, and I'll show that in a few minutes. If you click on the title of the task, you'll be, let's go here first. When you click here, you're gonna be directed to CUNY First. And because I make use of one of the Lehman tools to allow single sign-on, I go directly to CUNY First, so I don't have to log in also. If you click on the little icon here, you get the step-by-step instructions on how to submit your final grades or textbook information. So you have everything in one place. You don't need to go searching on the website for the instructions. In here, we have a process, an automated process at Lehman called Process Maker, which handles, hi, welcome, the processing of personal action forms, workflow, part-time instructional, e-grade corrections. That's all electronic at Lehman. Right now, the way it works is that it sends automated emails if you're an approver and you need to approve. So if you're part of 17, 18 processes that we have, you get multiple emails. That's no longer the case. You still get the emails, but you also see how many you have in your queue. It's telling me that I need to approve 2 ER&R, 2 E-grades, and 1 part-time EAF. When you click here, you'll be taken to that system so you can take an action on those items, and you don't need to log in again. Just one login, yes.
So what do I have to do in order to have a one-click, so I don't have to keep on putting in my password?
For the systems that are managed locally at Lehman, you only need to log in using your Lehman credentials. For CUNY First, external systems and Blackboard, all you need to do is, let me go back here, click on One Access, your wallet, you log in once, and it will be recorded. Next time you go back to CUNY First, it will remember that you store your credentials here
In the wallet.
in the wallet.
And the wallet can be used for any of the credentials that you would like to store, so that it's available to you for pretty much any system. And anything
How did
that's
I get
Lehman,
into the wallet?
So I'll show you the navigation. Let me just do this. On your left navigation menu here, you click on Lehman One Access. You'll be presented with two options. Option number one, it's a list of all the systems that you have access to that do not require you to log in again. Okay? With the exception of the top ones. If you want to store, if you want Lehman 360 to remember your CUNY First, your CUNY portal, then you go to your password wallet here, and you specify which application you like to store your information for. Okay. Any other questions?
yes, so you can store your LinkedIn account, students can store their Facebook account.
Your
and
Facebook.
things like that. Just keep in mind that when your CUNY First login changes, you'll have to change it in the system, of course. And for Lehman logins, you don't need to do anything. It'll automatically connect you because you're already logged in to Lehman 360. So when we show you more about some things that are Lehman oriented, forms or things that you need to do, processes, it will not require an additional login.
And this is Lehman Connect as well?
Well, Lehman Connect is actually being folded into this and will eventually be retired. So all the forms and things that you have done in the past in Lehman Connect, you'll now find here, which is one of the benefits.
Right, not yet.
Not yet. They still reside in both places, but we encourage you, and I think it'll be easier to just use this.
Okay.
And we started transitioning some of the elements of Lehman Connect, like the forms here. They already, that login, it's here. I know that Lehman Connect is mostly used to get to the process maker application and approve PAF and other things. So they're already built in here within this module. The next piece here is the resources. So this is meant for department chairs and these to share resources about a meeting, a committee, or anything like that with specific group of individuals. It's pretty easy to create a task here or a resource, adding a link. There is also a reference to the administrative calendar on our Lehman website and the academic calendar on the registrar's office page, the various calendars. In here, you have the enhanced class schedule for the past 6 semesters. What's different here from the CUNY First schedule, everything, by the way, you get a breakdown of who your students are, how many sophomore, how many junior students you have on your class, how many students have enrolled, whether the textbook information has been entered yet, which is the same thing that you see here. And if you click on this little icon here, the class roster, you'll see the class roster of your students with the enhanced Lehman 360 student dashboard.
How do
Okay,
you define the junior versus senior student?
it's based on credits.
So if somebody comes in with 90 credits and they're already a senior, even though they may have 60 credits or 50 credits that they still need to take to get the degree.
So that's a very good question. So those categories are categories that are established for the whole university and it's based on credit. So we take that directly from the academic low field in application first. So to get down to the question you're asking of whether or not the student has is meeting the requirements, that's more on degree works, and we are working also with using web services to be able to help faculty link to the degree works that shows information like how many credits the student has to complete the required credits in a degree or in a
Okay. So the student dashboard, this is your class roster. So if you mouse over every Ample ID here, you'll get to see a picture of your students. And something I didn't note in the beginning, this is what's coming up for me as a faculty. This is my fall 2019 already class roster at my fingertips with all the information that I need to know about the students. If I click, I'll get to see the student Lehman 360 dashboard. You get to see their grades, their academic standing, email address if you need to get in touch with them, transcript, unofficial transcript, GPA, term GPA, the number of credits. So if they're transfer students coming with 90 credits, as you mentioned, you'll see that breakdown here. And this is what's going to be integrated with degree works, as Eddie mentioned. And you'll see the class schedule that the student has for the fall semester and the prior to. That's just a little bit about the faculty dashboard. I'm going to allow Elkin to present the transfer evaluation because we're running out of time and I have a timer there. Is there anything else that you like to see for the faculty dashboard? How things get created here by the deans or the chairs or in the resources down here? We're good? Okay. All yours.
Okay, thank you, Data. So I'm going to show you the latest module that has been added to Lehman 360. We call it the, this is not my view. Let me see. I'm going to log out. I had to log out.
Thank you for removing my access.
Sorry.
You need to close the other windows.
It's okay. I'm going to use Lehman 360. Yes. Oh, I don't know. It's using you. Yes, you're right. Oh, no, it's fine. Coming. What happened? Okay, probably I can talk in the meantime. Okay, this is the new module. It's called e-transfer course evaluation. So basically, what it is that when a student transfers to Lehman, right, there are some courses that need to be equated, right? There is no equivalency right now in CUNY-FIRST. So what Admissions does is that when they are entering that information in CUNY-FIRST, they use a tag, they flag those courses with a pseudo catalog number, right? Is composed of 4 consecutive 8s. So in that way, daily, we have a script that it will identify those courses that need to be equated by the department. So it creates what we call a case in our business process management tool that is Process Maker, and the case is sent to the appropriate advisors within a department. So those advisors will receive an email, right? And when they go to CUNY-FIRST, to Process Maker, they will open their inbox, they will see the case right there, and this is the view that they will see. Let me see, this is the advisor view. Okay, so as you can see, it will say on the top, it will say the institution, the subject, the title, and in this case was sent by the student. It's something that we haven't released yet. This is our test environment, but right now, some courses are sent automatically, right? But in this case, it's something that we will have in a few weeks, that other courses, especially from foreign institutions, are going to be sent by the student. So the student, in this case, needs to provide the description. Well, for testing purposes, I put no available, but then also the URL when the advisor can find that information. So then at the bottom of the page of the form, the instructor is going to equate that class. So this is an art class, right? So it was sent to the art department. So the art department is limited only to the subjects within that department. So if I select ART, then I will be presented with all the active courses for ART in the Lehman catalog. I will see also the credits. So let's say that I select ceramics. Also, the advisor has the option to select up to 3 courses. There are some cases, especially in the science, in chemistry, when they need to select the lab and the lecture. Chemistry 114, chemistry 115. So they can add 2 courses, and that the rule will be that this course, AART 115 from SUNY University at Albany, it will be equated to ART 107 and ART 207. Okay? Once this is done, they can add any comment that is going to be seen by admissions, and they click next. So admissions will receive an email, and then they had to, at this stage, they had to manually input the rule in Cuniverse. That is something that also we are going to improve. In a couple of weeks, we're going to create a script that is going to create the rule, and hopefully that will be done automatically in Cuniverse. So we won't need a human creating the rules in Cuniverse.
And last time we checked, just to put that into perspective, there were 60,000 rules in Cuniverse just for Lehman. So this is going to automate an annual process. So every 60,000 actually rule was entered manually one by one. That will no longer be the case once we go live with the next piece.
So what problem does this solve? We have a significant number of students that are transfer students, many from colleges that are represented here, OSMOS and BCC, among others. We have the students used to have to go from office to office to get approval for their transfer credits. So this creates much greater convenience for the transfer evaluation unit, for students, and for faculty. Once something's approved, they don't have to approve it again. And it is something that will also enable students to get faster information about their transfer credits so they don't have to potentially repeat courses. So it reduces the backlog, it streamlines, creates a great deal of efficiency. And so we hope that other schools will look at this, and some are, so this can expand. So I think we have to stop because we're at the end of our time. So let's give Dana and Elkin a round of applause and say thank you.